What's up, everyone? Um, this is another prediction reading that I'm going to do, in which I will address whether Russia has any intentions Russia and China have any intentions of invading the U.S., and whether Russia is going to use nuclear weapons on the United States of America. For this tarot card reading, I'm using the Lucifer Tarot as an oracle card reference. A knockoff Rider-Waite tarot deck for the actual reading, and an oracle card reading called the Angel Lyrium. It's Oracles of the Emanations. So, to start, I will first begin reading the tarot cards, the Rider-Waite tarot. My prediction is that Russia will eventually use nuclear weapons on the U.S. Because they have already threatened nuclear holocaust if the U.S. makes any challenges towards their territory or their stance in the world, their position. So I would say that if the Trump administration does not find it feasible to choose an alternate, more peaceful route, I think more diplomatic route, then I think Russia will use nuclear weapons on the U.S. So this is what I'm asking the cards now. What is the possibility for nuclear holocaust to take place on this globe, and will Russia and China ultimately invade the U.S. and nuke the U.S.? They'd probably nuke us first and then invade, so because Russia has the most nuclear weapons in the world right now, and so that's something to be concerned about. And they've threatened us, basically. So first card reading is the Ace of Pentacles. Alright, the Ace of Pentacles, there is some kind of divine, once again, some divine intervention that is at play, that is holding the stability up of the world. So I would just see it as the world, that God's hand is at play somehow, some way. And he will always be at, or God, not he, she, it, would be at play, the divine being, the higher power, spirit. Okay, we have the Hangman in the upright position. So this is all about waiting and thinking about what is possibly going to occur. You know, it's a time of, I wouldn't say rest, but I would say just wait, and there's not much we can do at this point. Neither can anybody else. So in my opinion, all we have to do is just wait and see what the results may lead towards. Alright, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Well, this is a dark horse man that's that's looking into the field or her landscape or horizon. His intentions are for battle, you know. So there is some underplay of like maybe two types of I would say a kind of like a competition, like someone's sitting there, he's waiting, and he's waiting to do evil if he has to do evil. So, in my opinion, this card could symbolize the egos of both Vladimir Putin and Trump, and they know they have a good weapon at hand. Vladimir Putin knows he's got more weapons and stronger military than the U.S., so he could take us out easily. And he said that. So let's look at the next card. All right. So we have a card of the Two of Wands, where there is this person who has the whole world in his hands, and he's looking out into, once again, the horizon, and he's backed by being in he's in a fortification, but he's looking out into like the water and the world, and he can see the world, and he knows he has the world. So he's like, you know, the most powerful man in the world, you know. Whereas when we had the Ace of Pentacles, we all knew at the first of the draw that there is something at play, like God's divine hand is at stake here. There's nothing we can do, basically. And it's all about being in the hanged man position, you know, this waiting for who's going to make the next move, who's going to hit the button, you know. But both, I would feel, is that in the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, that there is evil to be foreseen in the fields of battle that await. So, you know, I think that this card represents some type of evil that will rear its ugly head eventually. And then we look at the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands is in the upright, and someone knows that they have the whole world in their hands. And this could be Putin, because Putin is, you know, he's got it right now, you know, he's the king of the world. And so whatever he says, everybody does, because, you know, nobody wants to get bombed, so, you know, nuke. So, you know, this could be that, or it could be, you know, Donald Trump, you know, where Donald Trump he's got the whole world in his hands, but now he's looking for peace, you know. So let's see what the next one is. Oh my goodness, the Five of Cups. What we have here in the Five of Cups is that we have a solemn figure. And the solemn figure, there are 3 cups that are spilled before him and 2 cups that exist behind him. So, you know, since he's observing what he has lost, he does not realize what he still has left. So this could be in reference to the United States. You know, maybe, you know, we're not the strongest superpower anymore. We do not have the biggest military and the strongest military, and We don't own all the nuclear weapons, you know. We're not the big bad boy. But we do have some things, you know. We've got like freedom, and we've got wealth, you know. Couldn't be any better than that, you know. So but looking at, you know, maybe we don't have the strongest military, maybe we don't have, you know, the best influence in the world, maybe we don't have, you know, we're not number one anymore. But if we look behind us, we still have two more, you know, chalices behind us that represents that there is something there. We're just not opening our eyes to it. And for the final read of the tarot, what will happen? Will we be nuked by Russia or invaded by Russia and China? Page of Cups in reverse. I don't know how to read the Page of Cups in reverse, you know, in this reading, because it's like you're getting some good advice somewhere. You know, there's some advice somewhere, there's some potentiality, but if it's in the reverse, I don't know if I should read it in a lesser degree, that there is going to be some questionable, underhand attempts at facilitating in some type of possible, you know, war or invasion to the U.S. by Russia or China or whatever. But it seems like there's like this little thing there's this little fishy, alright? There's this little fishy in the background, in the cup. And that represents receiving advice or getting some kind of consultation or diplomacy. You know, like the little bird on your shoulder, you know, that's what blue bird on your shoulder or something like that, telling you what to do. But it's in the reverse, so there could be a lot of bad advice, or behind the screen there's, in essence, like Putin's telling Trump what the hell to do. You know, he's like, you know, he's a little fishy, and Trump's the Page of Cups, and but Putin's the one that's telling him what to do and what to say, and he's delegating and facilitating in all the matters of what U.S. politics are about. Who's the strongest superpower? Anyways, will that happen? I don't know if the cards say that there will be nuclear war. We all don't know that. We all just assume that it will happen at some point. Just we don't know when. If you want, I feel like I should flip the cards one more time. Oh, but it's the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there's some victory, but not the type of victory or happiness that is expected, but only to a lesser degree. So someone's getting a victory in this, and I don't think, or a happiness or praise or something to do with, but I don't think it's the U.S. So that's going to be the final card that I flip for the conclusion of that. I normally only do 6, but I don't think it's the U.S. that's getting the victory. Now, Lucifer Tarot. Let's see what the demons have to say about the possibility of war and what might happen as a result of Russia and China's involvement in deciding, do we get nuked? Do we get invaded? See what the demons have to first say on this. They're just such nice cards, I don't want to bend them, so, alright. Oh my goodness. I'm not real sure who this is. Nishimaron. Oh, this is Nishimaron. Number 84, a bare-breasted woman. So number 84. Let's see what. Okay. Well, actually, it's a prince. I'm surprised. Number 84 says a prince, but who knows? I guess gender doesn't really matter in such instances when it comes to the spiritual. Number 84, Nishimaron, the 12th prince. Nishimaron rules Pisces and manifests himself as a beautiful young nude lady with divine facial features. He is somewhat similar to Lilith, but he lacks her human substance. Sometimes people mistake Nishimaron for a mermaid. When being summoned, he can endow the sorcerer's seal with his magical power. When this happens, the sorcerer will be introduced to the best of carnal pleasures. Zodiac sign: Pisces. Month: March. Subordinate lords: Valak, Pula, Visago, Eula, Zagan, Zepar. Caste: slaves. Mystic name: Taziga. Hidden name: Taziga. Digital code: 30. Sacral number for summoning: 36. Initiation: January 30. Magical characteristics: releasing from prison, exile, or confinement, elimination of intrigues and barriers. Predictive properties: the Courant might have to consider relocation, which could include a long-distance trip abroad. So, Nishimaron, the predictive properties of this particular card, the Courant might have to consider relocation, which could include a long-distance trip abroad. Well, this could reference to, international travel for our politicians and the resulting matters of those. So Nishimaron is number 84 of the demons that will address the whole matter of whether Russia will nuke the U.S. or will go to war with Russia, which is such a bad idea. I just don't want to think about that, but it happens, and when I have these visions, I have to do some consultations, and readings to see if it's true. But now we're going on to the angel lyrium, which um, will tell us what angel might be the most useful in this terms. The angel lyrium basically is a card deck that deals with angels from the Kabbalah. So I guess Kabbalah magical religion, dealing with Judaism and that, and Christian mysticism, I guess, in some regards. But I always feel you got to reference your demons and your angels both evenly, because that's what it's all about, I guess. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. This is Kushno, and it's the angel of punishment. I'm gonna have to look at my reference for that. What number is that? 29. So I have to look that up. Number 29. But yeah, that's Kushal. It's like this angel wielding a weapon, like a spear of some sort. Alright, Kushno, angel of punishment, the hunter whose prey is falsehood, oath breakers, beware. Kushal will seek you out, even as you stalk your own victims. Punishment is upon you. No one who escapes the mark of Kushal. There are consequences for breaking your word. The pieces sharpen and sink into your flesh, embedding themselves with your heart. So long as the offense stands, you will always be held in the sight of the hunter. Seeking absolution is noble, however tedious. Begin that journey with haste, lest Kushal find you. The signs that come with Kushal are a spear, a shaft of light, a raven. So this is talking about that punishment awaits, and that Kushal is going to inflict that punishment, and that we should see and search for signs of things like spears, a shaft of light, and a raven. And if you see these signs, these represent, that Kushal's Kushal is the angel that is around. So, after this reading, what we can see is that through the tarot, at the beginning, there seems to be some divine intervention still at play that's preventing us from completely killing ourselves. And that it's all a matter of waiting. There are evil intentions, although we have the world in our hands and we're at a loss of what we have. There are still elements to being America that are still great. But although we are getting bad advice from a dangerous source, who will eventually seek victory on us, it would probably be Russia. Whether nuclear weapons are going to be at play, I could not tell you, but this is all that really it represents. And I'm not saying if it's good or bad, I'm just saying in the end, I guess we got a kick in our belt. We got kicked. We got beat up, probably. America got beat up. So, who knows? This could be an ominous card, being that, you know, it's in the reverse. If it was upright, it would be better, but it came out in the reverse, so, you know, that's more of a representation that it's not good for America, but it'll be good for someone else. And it's always the victors or the winners of history, of wars, who are the good guys in history. So if you lose a war, you're considered the bad guy. So if we lose the war, America might be seen as the bad guy. So that's my reading. And I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Bye.